Yes, we have a puppy on the show today.
Before he freaks out.
Why wouldn't we?
It always makes me so happy.
It is. I don't know. It's so 80s.
It's very new generation.
But
it wasn't even done in the 80s. It was done in the 90s.
Yeah, but the early 90s were like.
Isn't this where Hacksaw was rapping? This is like when Hacksaw Jim Duggan was rapping.
Oh, you know what? I have a link of that one.
I sent it to you guys. I have that link too.
I like that. Yeah. Okay. So the other one, for those of you who don't know about this version,
Take a look at what you got now.
Well, what happened? What happened was, I believe this was the wrestling album that was produced by Simon Cowell. And it was like electronic music. They tried to make WWE stuff into like dance music. So this is what we got. But it's the WrestleMania song.
I know. Who will survive?
And this is the weird part because they do it's promos basically. They're not singing.
Boss man, when I was a little bitty boy.
I have this on my iTunes, I'm not gonna lie.
How could you not?
Like a WrestleMania. 93.
93. But I feel like the song itself had to be.
Take a look at what you got now. I'll show you how to get beat up.
To
climb to the top of the World Wrestling.
Oh, we're gonna get taken. No, we're not gonna get taken. We're talking over it. But that's ridiculous. This is ridiculous. Oh, here it is.
I wanted to do one thing and one thing only, and that's to be a law enforcement officer. Treat other people like you want to be treated. Try to walk the straight and narrow, because that's the only way you're going to survive in this life.
Who will survive? Oh.
That's the part everybody like. That's the part that gets stuck in your head right around this season.
Pump it up, and it's the Nasty Boys doing "Pump It Up."
And then we go into that rap part by some random.
It's a great song. It's very catchy.
And they had that whole section. The big boss man goes, "I made a promise to every man, woman, and child."
He got really preachy during this promo. He was feeling it.
You know what though? But either way, when you hear this song, it just gets you in the moment, in the feeling of WrestleMania. I mean, we are days away from the Super Bowl, the granddaddy of them all, and it's just the feeling is there, man. It's the take-home Raw was okay. It wasn't great, but you know what it is too, though? I didn't have very high expectations because the take-home Raw in the past few years has just been okay. It hasn't been great.
Yes.
But the Raw after Mania is just as good as WrestleMania, and it makes up for the take-home Raw, in my opinion.
I'm honestly I was waiting for another tug of war.
Yeah.
They were both looking at the belt. I'm like, oh, they're going to do it again. Tug of War Part 2, twice in a lifetime.
Well, listen, I think we should jump right into Raw, and then we can go back and talk about SmackDown, because SmackDown was big too. But with Raw, since it's so fresh, it started
first of all, before we even talk about Raw, let's Justin, Kat's husband, Justin, had some troubles yesterday. Spent some time in the hospital, did some tests. He's back home now, but we just wanted to acknowledge. I want to acknowledge him and say, we're all rooting for you and get well soon, and whatever procedures or whatever are in the future for you.
Amen.
We're all here for you. So
thanks, I appreciate that, guys.
Of course. So. Yeah, I just want to acknowledge Justin because he's
sleeping it off right now.
I'm sure he is. You said the magic word, Demerol.
That's right.
Jesus. So yeah, he's coasting. But
he's breathing. He's not like Michael Jackson. It's all good.
So if he wakes up and says hee, you're all done. You got to send him right back to the hospital. So Steve, break down Raw for us. Well, how did you want to start things off?
Well, I think if we're starting with Raw, we got to start with the opening, which I want to break down and kind of talk a little bit. But in the end, we saw Ronda Rousey go through her first table in the WWE, which is kind of a big moment.
Crazy.
But it's kind of a big moment. It's kind of like, you made it. You went through a table. I mean, that's like,
and she did it. She didn't half-ass it.
She didn't half-ass it. She sold the shit out of it. Stephanie made it look good. Ronda did what she needed to do to help the situation. It just, everything went right. And I got to tell you, Ronda looked the most comfortable I've seen her in that chair with that promo. Like, it was just very relaxed. Like, she's getting more comfortable. She's getting used to the dynamic. Granted, she didn't have to say all that much, but what she did was serious. She was laid back, kind of chill. The emotions weren't taking over. I thought that segment
to her.
Yeah, and I think that segment was 100% absolutely fantastic all the way through.
She did the best part of the night.
I'm gonna break your arm line though.
She did screw that up.
Well, she kind of there was a weird pause at the end.
Yeah, that's what.
She got too involved with the audience. The audience reacted immediately, and she got too like, "Oh my god, they love me."
But if you go back and watch it, it's actually not that bad. Like you can kind of, like it rolled and continued, and it just everything was right, man. It was a good segment. It was a great way to kick off the show. Because it's interesting, and I didn't know this, and you'll understand why I'm linking this with Ronda. But apparently, there is a rule in the WWE that you are not to smack hands with the fans when you're coming down on live TV.
Really?
Because it takes too long. At house shows they don't care. And with Ronda, they've made the exception because they want her to get completely sold and over as the top baby face.
But I get it. I get it.
I kind of get it too, but it's
like get everyone.
Why do they want her as a baby face though?
I think
why do they promote her as the baddest woman on the planet? And then she's all smiling.
Because you can't get that smile off her face. That's why.
But you know what, though, Amanda? I think that what you're asking for is inevitable. Mm-hmm. That Ronda we're going to see. She needs to come in as a face because she's Ronda Rousey. And she's going to get cheered regardless. So you bring her in as the face. She gets comfortable, which she's doing. She gets through Mania. Once she gets through Mania and she's on Raw every single week, if that's how it's going to go, then I could start to see maybe an alliance with Paul Heyman, which would make the most sense, or something around those lines. But you're going to get a heel Ronda, but I think initially you can't bring her in as a heel.
Well, hasn't all of the celebrities like in the past that mainly come in? Like, I mean, Mark Henry, Kurt Angle, most of them come in as faces and they develop them as they go along.
Yeah.
Because they don't have the actual training to, they don't have necessarily the acting training behind it. So they bring them in as the happy-go-lucky, like, I'm so happy to be here.
I hate to put it this way, but it's easier to be a babyface than it is to be a heel.
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely.
But see, but that's what I'm saying. So so that is apparently a rule. Certain wrestlers get a little bit, but if you think about it, though, look at Bayley. When Bayley was in NXT, she was hugging 6 or 7, 8 different kids on the way down. On Raw, she gives maybe one quick hug to a kid in the front row. So I do see it. I understand from a time restraint, that's kind of a rule you have to put in place. But some wrestlers they're going to be lenient with, like Ronda, because they're trying to make sure that she gets as over as she is. So I just thought that was kind of interesting. But I thought that first segment was a definite home run. And a great way to start the show.
Absolutely.
And they did, Steph and Triple H did like almost a sarcastic, we're going to point to the WrestleMania sign together.
Yeah.
Should we do? I guess, we'll point to this sign. One of those deals, which I thought was pretty funny. They went an interesting route with the two tables, like one usually they're not that kind of sit down press conference style. No. So it was interesting that everything was so different. Although the one thing you knew when shit was going to go down was when Coach goes, and we're gonna be classy about it.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, why don't you just have Coach say, well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to get out of the ring so these guys can go beat each other up. Excuse me. Like, come on, Carlton, get the fuck, like, what you doing, man? Jesus. And I usually only call Byron Carlton, but that was a Carlton-ass moment.
Good.
Yeah,
It's
well,
not unusual to be loved.
Yo, for real. I mean, but what, like, you had to say something like that, and I'm sure a writer pitched that, and then Kevin Dunn went, that was brilliant. You know, his friend Kevin Dunn, beaver teeth.
I was appreciating the beaver teeth.
You bucky tooth beaver motherfucker. You know, I gotta get my cornet. I gotta get my cornet at least as good as Bruce Pritchard's. That's the thing. Bruce Pritchard.
Always know, no matter how down I'm feeling or whatever, I can come on this show and get you. That's guaranteed fact.
But yeah, Raw was just, first of all, I was trying to watch Raw. I was at a friend's house and he was playing Fortnite or some shit, and I was watching Raw on my phone.
Oh God, Autumn plays that game.
I play it too. I'm terrible. I stink. I feel so bad that I'm 31 and I'm bad at something that younger people are better. And I shouldn't be mad.
I'll probably help you.
Yeah, but I'm watching it on my phone. There's
What the fuck is that?
Fortnite. Fortnite's awesome. It's like a shooting game, but it's also kind of like Minecraft. So you get to build walls and cover. You build cover for yourself essentially, and then you can go like build stairs and all other kinds of shit while shoot people. I love Call of Duty. I'm a big Call of Duty fan, but he was playing Fortnite, and I was watching on my phone. Is it me or there are way too many commercials?
There were so many commercials.
It was like I would switch an app to go like chat on Facebook or something, and then go switch back and hit a commercial. And a couple of minutes, I'd wait, and then I'd go back, but there would still be commercials. I was just like, why are they cutting to so many commercials unless they were going to have something that went really long? But they didn't. There was nothing that would have gone past 2 or 3 commercial breaks. They just loaded this shit up with ads.
Yeah.
Was bad, man. I just
don't
did
forget, it's WrestleMania week on USA Network, so they're plugging everything so that you watch it every night this week.
Oh man, what are they doing on Wednesday and Thursday and Friday?
Yeah, one of the nights top 25 of the WrestleMania moments. I believe that's tomorrow, and they're airing NXT on USA, I believe, tomorrow night.
What would be number 1 WrestleMania moment?
Wow.
It's probably gonna be Daniel Bryan at WrestleMania 30 hugging some sick little kid. You know what I mean?
Last year was actually Mike Tyson turning on D-Generation X.
All right, that's a big one. Yep, or maybe they'll do, because it's tying into this year somewhat. Roman Reigns beating Undertaker and the Undertaker putting his hat in the middle of the ring, because that was a big moment from
number two last year, if I remember correctly, was Brock Lesnar beating Taker.
Yeah.
Where did Andre and Hogan fit on there?
Brother. They have to mention them only briefly because they're like local racist Hulk Hogan. You know,
one of the moments was Eric's favorite because it was the Macho Man and Elizabeth reunion from 7.
Oh, see, I thought you were going to tell me it was the Miller Lite.
You're not human. I'm sorry.
Exactly. I tell you, every time. Yep. I think I remember going to school talking about that one with you the next day.
I wonder, because I haven't been in school in years. Do kids still go to school and talk about wrestling? Is it is it back? Because there was a point where you couldn't talk about wrestling because wrestling was gay. Oh, I used to watch that fake gay shit, man. Like, I'm sorry to use those phrases so flippantly.
Yeah, no, Eric and I did it in the closet, and 100% we did not talk about it to a lot of people.
In the closet.
Yeah, pretty much. But it's very cool. For
in high school with my Austin 316 shirt on, I get like books, and I'm like, "Fuck you, man! I'm just trying to enjoy something."
Yeah, I know. Like, I don't know. There's weirder shit to be into than wrestling, man. And there's, you don't judge that.
Like and tiaras or something.
Right? Okay. How much more weird is it?
There's something wrong with that.
We watch wrestling, which is once weird. But yeah, you got toddlers and tiaras, dance moms, 16 and pregnant. Like, what kind of person you have to be to watch this shit? Oh, the Kardashians and all of their spin-offs.
Show about people who don't leave their houses and
hoarding, buried alive.
boarding.
Or the people who are so fat they got to take down a wall.
Yeah, by
to get them out of the
600-pound
house.
life. Yep.
Jesus.
But
the fact
no,
that that's a show.
It's not a problem to watch it, really. At least in the age group that Autumn is, they have a table.
So they actually are interested. That's
they have a table in the cafeteria. They call the Click.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Bunch of internet marks.
And they walk around with they wear their Sasha Banks. I mean, Autumn was Sasha Banks for Halloween this year. And I'm sorry, she was Alexa Bliss. I'm sorry. But there were girls dressed as Sasha Banks. There was Bailey's. There was one kid in the parade that was Shinsuke Nakamura.
That's cool.
We had a Finn Balor, and the kid actually had the Demon King face on and everything. They did it. There was a lot of dressed up as wrestling fans, and it ranged from kindergarten to fifth.
Oh, all right. Well, that's good. That's encouraging.
One thing with middle school, I can't tell you. But
one thing with the PG era, one thing that it has accomplished is that it has brought it back to being mainstream.
Mm-hmm.
So in that respect, it worked.
Yeah, but I think there's a happy medium. We're pretty much there, but there's a happy medium between like the cartoony stuff and the more serious stuff that you can there is space for both.
I agree.
So I think we can still, and I don't mean blood and guts and all that, but I think if they said, all right, we're gonna have 3 blade jobs a year or 2 or whatever, and you can only use them at certain times. We only have this many, but we're gonna use them. That would be fantastic. Braun, I feel like Braun Strowman is right on that happy medium of being a serious, like a big tough guy, but also having the comedy stuff. So kids can still, like, kids are still watching the Braun Strowman thing. Yeah, the Braun and Brains. Come on, man. Who doesn't love that shit? He came out in a fucking lab coat with the arms torn off.
That was one of the highlights of Raw for me.
Oh my god.
Like, just being able to come up with, I'm going to come out as Brains and Braun and Brains. Like, it's just the whole idea was just great.
And the fact that he went along with it, because he could just be like, this is, I'm a wrestler, I'm a tough guy, whatever.
Yeah, but now here poses the question: who is going to be the partner?
I still want to be James Ellsworth so badly.
Well, we all know that's not happening.
I still got to go with Samoa Joe.
From an injury.
You think Samoa Joe?
Big Cass is on the short list.
Yeah.
I think Big Cass is on the short list. I think
I can't wait for the wet fart that happens when Big Cass is announced as his partner.
I was going to say I could see Big Cass being an option. I can also see maybe James Storm.
Sorry about your damn luck. That would be fantastic.
I mean, he was backstage, so anything's possible. And but I don't know that they bring him right to the roster and not back in
NXT for a little while.
Right.
Oh man, we're so close to a Beer Money reunion.
It would be amazing.
It would be glorious.
The glorious Beer Money.
They would have to be something like the glorious drinkers. I don't know. I guess they can't really glorify. You can't glorify drinking.
Why not?
In modern. Put it
on after 9 o'clock when the kids go to bed. Sure, you can. Steve Austin still comes out at the top of the hour. Takes out Vince and Shane and everything, and does the beers and everything on Raw 25, and that was fine. So we could have Beer Money.
Yes, yeah.
We still finisher
was drinking while investing.
Mm-hmm.
Who calls it that? Drinking while investing. Who just replied to your tweet, Amanda?
Who was it, Amanda?
Wait, don't leave us in suspense. She sent us a Facebook message. We're on a podcast together right now, live. And she's like, and in public, if you will, baby.
You can't tease us like this. Who was it?
Right?
Wasn't Sarah from Nebraska.
It was not Sarah from Nebraska.
Could you imagine? Hi, Sarah. I know you're still watching.
We know you're there. We can.
I always feel like somebody's watching me.
That's right.
Who was it?
Yeah, so come on. Yeah. Scott Armstrong, the crooked referee.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
A man of.
Oh my God.
Yeah, no, he's great. One of the legendary Armstrongs. Big wrestling family. Their dad. Remember when Bullet Bob came back in TNA? That was just a wonderful little circumstance where like he came out and did like an arm wrestling contest or something, but he still pulled it off. I mean, he's strong, as tough as nails for a 70-year-old guy at the time. So Scott Armstrong, I enjoyed him as a referee. I wish they didn't take him off TV like that. I think there was room for a heel ref because we don't really have those anymore. And even if they just straighten him out and he was a legitimate ref, I think he was one of the better ones because he was a wrestler and he understood what he needed to do and where he needed to be. Maybe he just chose to come off the road.
The best heel referee of all time has to be Nick Patrick.
Nick Patrick, absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Except for that one time in '97 in December at Starrcade. But we'll forgive him for that one.
And go for Danny Davis.
I will not forgive him for that one.
It wasn't his call, brother.
Danny Davis was a good one.
Who? Dangerous Danny Davis? Yeah.
Dangerous Danny Davis.
Oh, he was like the OG crooked referee.
It's a tragic car accident, right? That's how he died.
No, that's Joey Morella.
Yeah, Joey Morella.
Yeah, you're right.
Gorilla's son was the one that got killed in the car accident.
Right. And
Danny Davis is still kicking. He's just kicking.
Huh. He's just kicking. I think he still wears the stripes like he's a bad referee.
Those bad pants with the shorts.
Yes. They look like 1920s swimming trunks.
Yes.
That's the best description. They were like,
all right, let's get ready for our calisthenics.
Knickers with tights.
We'll do some jumping jacks.
On that outfit.
Ready your toe touches, and 1 and 2. Very good, lads. You know, like Jesus. So I have a prediction, and this one might bother people, but I'm gonna call it a year in advance. Cena Undertaker isn't gonna happen until next year.
I said that just a little while back.
Excellent. I'm glad someone else is on the same page with me here because
wait.
Not gonna happen until next year. They're gonna interact.
You were one of the people that said they would have never brought it up if they weren't going to do it. Now,
but
they're going to tease it now for a whole nother fucking year.
I don't think they're going to go, hey guys, we're going to have an impromptu match. I don't think the bell is ever going to ring. There's going to be a conflict. They're going to fight, but I don't think there's going to be an official, and I don't think there's going to be a bell. And I think they're going to go do Rock Cena again, promoted a whole year.
Except it'll be one last ride for Taker.
Could you imagine? Well, the only other thing I can think of that somebody said online was, first of all, if you notice, John Cena said "Dead Man Walking," which was the intro to not the Undertaker's theme, but to the American Badass, Big Evil.
Well, we've been saying for weeks that that's what's going to happen.
So now maybe somebody posited that he doesn't have his superpowers anymore because he retired, the Undertaker. Whatever. So the reason he hasn't struck lightning or any of that stuff is because he can't anymore. He's lost that power. And I don't know.
Sounds more like a sci-fi show than
right.
wrestling.
Yeah. But listen, what did John Cena? If you want to summon the Undertaker, like Jesus, he said summon the Undertaker about 6 times. We get it. You're summoning him like a, and it didn't work. That was the worst part, is these poor fans are out there cheering their asses off, figuring, shit, it's like the pay-per-view is 6 days away. They got to give us something.
Or 14 days away in Cleveland, and everybody was foaming at the mouth for Undertaker.
Yeah, but this was like the last gasp. You figured when he maybe something would break, but no, I think the way they're playing it now, if John Cena is really going to attend, quote unquote, as a fan, they're not going to. I don't think they're going to go on the pre-show and be like, hey, guys, we're going to do Cena Undertaker tonight, JK. Like, I don't know how they're going to organically introduce a new wrestling match into a 14-match card. I feel like they're going to just have to have some kind of altercation and promote it for later.
11, because 3 are on the pre-show, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but the pre-show to me counts.
Yeah, I mean it's the whole experience. Trust me, you're there for it. You feel it at the end of the day.
Yeah, it's not like it's a dark match.
Unless you don't go to the pre-show as an attendee of WrestleMania, you are there for the whole fucking thing and you feel it.
So jealous.
Yeah, man.
Me
I
too.
cannot wait. I cannot wait.
Well, next year we'll all be
I'm
there.
depressed when it comes to talking about this.
I know, Kat. It's unfortunate.
But just think, next year we'll all be there together.
That's right.
This is true. This is true.
Be so amazing.
The alternative is I totally would have seen Kat putting Justin on her shoulder and carrying him through an airport, just throwing him on a plane. And we're doing this one way or another, just kind of caveman style.
Do you know how bad I felt for myself that after a while I'm like screaming at him in the hospital? Do you realize I have to fucking sell my tickets? I'm such a good doting wife. I really am.
I wish there was a video of that.
Like, what was the reason for your irreconcilable differences? I had to fucking get rid of my tickets.
Brother got sick way too close to Mania.
Yeah, exactly.
So wait, do you have to go back to the rabbi or to the priest to get an annulment? Which one do you have to do?
Justice of the peace. It's way easier, baby.
Oh, there you go.
I wasn't going through pre-Cana and cantors and all that crap. Seriously. Do you imagine my patience? Yeah, you need to be abstinent. Kiss my butt.
No. Oh, man.
That ain't going over, brother.
Ain't going over, exactly.
I'm trying to imagine what's going to happen on Sunday as Kat's at home with Justin on the couch next to her. Just don't hit him like in the midsection.
Who said he was allowed to watch it in the same room with me?
Wow, it's already like that. Okay.
Who said that was happening? Seriously?
She's putting him up in the attic or in the basement. She's like,
why do you think he's in one room? I'm in the other, man. He already interrupted Jesus Christ Superstar on me the other night,
How was that? Was that any good?
John Legend sucked. The rest of it was amazing.
Okay.
Alice Cooper freaking stole the show, man.
Wow. So what else was there? Nia Jax had a nice little interview.
Yeah.
I hate this match now.
Becky and not Becky, Alexa. Alexa to me is such a Becky in the fact that she's just like a little blonde white girl, and to me that's a Becky. You know what I mean? Like there's that the girl that goes to the club kind of girl. Like,
she's so good though. She's so good at what she.
But her and Mickey are doing this thing.
Mean Girls.
Mickey James herself.
It's like the Mickey James.
Right. She hated that.
That's one of the reasons she left, isn't it?
Right. So I'm trying to figure this shit out. I guess money talks and bullshit walks, huh?
Apparently.
She's the next Regina George.
Not do them unto yourself.
Yeah, seriously. And I
mean,
maybe
Amanda's the only one that caught that reference.
They're trying to make fetch happen.
Yeah,
it's never gonna happen.
But there was some rude shit. They put blubbering up on the screen and like,
it's just so uncreative.
That whole writing shit and everything on SmackDown and Raw is driving me absolutely.
But it looks like they don't even try. It looks like they took the default letters and put on caps lock and just typed it in, and they just threw.
Gotta have it fade in.
No? There's no. I mean, it's all hard cuts. I don't know.
It looked like Rosie's math homework that you did for me a couple of weeks ago.
Right? Yeah. It looks like somebody took a screenshot on Facebook and threw it back on the screen.
It looks like her math homework that you figured out for me.
Yeah. It was
PowerPoint and just.
It's like the fonts from PowerPoint from Office Windows 95.
Right? Oh man. But yeah, they just weren't there. It's not good. It's not good. Yeah, remember that? What do they call that? Word art in Word?
Mm-hmm. Oh my God, man.
I call it fucking stupid.
Yes, thank you, Steve. It's not good.
That's the best way of describing it.
Thank you.
There's a way to do that, I'm sure. That would be creative and dynamic. That's not it.
I don't think there's any way they can do it where I would be like, oh, that's cool.
Yeah. It's unnecessary.
It's right. It's unnecessary.
It's body shaming. It's body shaming, whether it's in a good way or a bad way.
Yeah, but I just think
I'm not talking necessarily about that storyline. I'm just talking in general the writing, like the pop-ups. I mean,
the words should speak for themselves. The promo should speak for itself. You shouldn't need Symphony of Destruction or whatever the fuck pop up on the screen.
Right. And just for the record too, they don't necessarily, I know they don't have to go the route they're going with the blubber and this and that, but at the end of the day, it is doing exactly what it's designed to do, to make Alexa hated that much more and to finally put Nia over as a face. And Nia's going to get I think she's going to get the victory at Mania and she's going to go over. So
she's going to absolutely destroy her.
Right. So, in the end, it's going to work out for her. And, I don't know.
Oh, yeah. I think Nia's going to go over.
5 minutes, though.
The payoff.
Yeah, that's got to be an ass whooping.
Got to just be like a quick 3-minute beatdown. Okay, you win. So.
Yeah.
Can we talk about something else that was really stupid last night?
Sure. Absolutely.
Yeah.
We're on a roll.
Go for it.
Well, no. Well, Finn Balor and Seth Rollins are in the middle of a match.
Great match.
And I love the fact that they did the whole thing with Miz talking about the baby and everything, and great. But why every 2 seconds did we have to go back to the Miz at the podium and not the match? It was annoying the shit out of me that every time there's something going on in the ring, they're showing the Miz talking with the commentators.
I didn't mind that. I mean,
it pissed me off.
He's ultra excited. He's, dad first time and shit. They gave him that FaceTime. The fact that he was even there impresses me the most.
Oh, no, absolutely. Absolutely. 100%. And that's great. And I love the fact that he was talking about I've been pooed on and peeped on and everything like that. Every parent knows that. So that was funny. But
I like the dad club.
Yes.
The thing is, though, I agree. If they're cutting away from the ring, what they could do, because they do it for SmackDown in between commercial breaks, and it's not like they don't have the technology. Picture in picture, just
little pop up in the corner. Yep.
Yeah, that would be
I
so
got that yesterday.
Or even do a separate segment where Miz talks about the
But
baby.
I had to pop up. Mine popped up.
No, but not when the Miz was talking, though. It went right to full screen to him and took away from, and like Steve said, it was a great match.
Yeah.
So it was like you're taking away from the ring.
And I agree with you, Kat, too. I think you're right. I think, Vince, too. I think that's a great idea because you do the picture-in-picture, like even when they go to commercial. Yeah. So there's no reason why you can't do it in that kind of situation. The one thing is, I'm sure they knew when to cut to the Miz where we didn't miss anything that was going to be, a game changer in the match. You know what I mean?
Right. It had nothing to do with what he was saying or what he was doing. I thought it was great to see that side of him, especially as a parent. I thought it was cool. But I was just, it's like watching like the Billboard Awards or something, and you see the musicians on stage, and then they go to the camera showing Taylor Swift dancing in the audience. Who the hell gives a shit about Taylor Swift dancing?
Right. Yeah. I'll give you that.
You know what's also weird is that they were talking about The Miz being in the main event of WrestleMania like a decade ago.
Yeah.
Jesus. And it just struck me. I mean, maybe it wasn't exact. I don't think it was exactly a decade ago. I'm exaggerating. It was what?
27.
27?
Yeah.
2007?
I believe so.
Oh, 27, not 2007. Whatever year. Okay, so that was 2011. So wow.
It has been that
First
long.
First of all, the Miz has been employed for that long. Congratulations, sir. Nobody.
I think he said 15 years. I think he said 15 years last night that he's been with the company.
I wonder because he would have got out of Real World at what time? Or Road Rules or whatever it was.
Looking that up right now.
But
he was on both though. He was on Real World and Road Rules. He was on both shows.
But it's just amazing to me.
2006.
It's amazing to me that the Miz is around like that.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, that's no knock on him that he knows his limitations as a wrestler. He's not a bad wrestler. He wrestles very well, but he's not like the tippity top Ric Flair kind of wrestler.
No, definitely not. But he's definitely good at what he does. The
personality and the charisma.
He can sell. He's got the personality. Absolutely. I mean, Miz is a home run, and I give him a lot of credit because to come into the business, and Miz was a true fan. If you watched the Real World when he was on it, he created that Miz character on the show. I mean, he was always so. It was cool to see, to see him go from being a punk kid on the Real World and a wrestling fan to becoming a world champion at WrestleMania. You know what I mean?
I agree. It's just so weird to think that it was that long ago, 2011, and
he's also
he was the WWE champion. Now he's the IC champion, and almost. I don't want to say it's a step down, but it's a step down. You know what I mean? But it speaks to two things: its longevity, and also just like I can't articulate how weird it feels to me that a guy that was the WWE champion, feuding with The Rock and John Cena and all these guys, is now the Intercontinental champion. And the last couple of WrestleManias I've gone to, he's been like he lost to Wade Barrett or whatever the fuck. You know, they were just different. He was always just kind of the U.S.
Intercontinental title that much higher.
Right. They're trying to raise the prestige of the IC title, which, I can appreciate. Yeah. But I will say this, too. I agree with you that I would not say Miz is in the top 10 best wrestlers in the business by far.
But he's a great probably top promo.
I was going to say he's got to be top 3 best promo guys in the business right now.
Yeah. But you know what? He's also more in his element now in the matches he's doing, as opposed to being in the ring with Cena and The Rock and all those things. So it's not necessarily it's a step down from the title perspective, but it's a step up in his wrestling ability.
And you don't see him as a performer,
right? You don't see the gap as much. Yeah, he's very well matched with Seth Rollins and Finn Balor, those guys. So it's not you don't see it as like, oh wow, the Miz is wrestling a guy like John Cena, and there's like a big disparity.
Yeah.
Right. No, absolutely not. And then, we didn't even talk about it last week because we had so many other things we were talking about. But like his Miz TV last week was amazing.
Yeah, it was.
With Bo Dallas and like Kurt Hawkins and everything. And he was doing like, I'm 34 days away. And he's talking about Mr. Perfect and everything. That was a great segment that he did.
That was a great setup. I mean, the whole thing was great. It was well written.
It was brilliant, and he sold it perfectly. Because even Finn and Seth were like, I got to see how you get out of this one. And it was a whole setup. It was perfectly done.
Yeah, they were
not to talk about Mr. Perfect and say it was perfect, but
Well, it was great live.
The look on Curtis Axel's face when he said Mr. Perfect.
Or the overrated celebrity line from him.
Yep. The whole thing was just it was really good. So whatever switch flipped in his head when he did that SmackDown live with Daniel Bryan, from that moment on, everything he's done has been brilliant.
Yeah, that was the moment. That what was it? Talking Smack.
Yep.
That moment with Daniel Bryan was like that turned it around for me as a fan. I'm like, holy shit, I'm a Miz fan. How'd that happen?
You know what? We might actually one day get that match now.
Oh, it has to happen.
That's what I'm saying. We might get. We were saying, we're never going to see it. He's retired or whatever. Now we will.
That has to be
funny. I kind of I'm rooting for more so the Miz to win that.
We can get Maurice and Brie in there as well too.
Jeez.
Oops, did I say that out loud?
We can do a whole new mixed match challenge that's Total Divas themed.
I still want to see
and bring the babies to ringside. You can put Birdie and Sky on each side.
It's like the Judy Bagwell on a pole match, bro. We put the baby in a bassinet on a pole, bro.
I still want to see John and Nikki versus Daniel and Brie.
You got to climb the pole
Autumn.
And grab the bassinet.
I stand corrected. Autumn's like, her name's Monroe, not Sky. Sorry.
Monroe. Wow.
Sky's her middle name, I think.
Her Sky. I know. Did you just call me a loser?
We all heard that. That way, yeah.
She just goes, it's her middle name, loser.
Wow. That noise you hear in the background is a child being beaten with a shoe.
Every single one on the podcast for WrestleMania, because I already have my list.
Oh, she's got the list.
That daughter is
Boston.
Because the Tag people just made the list.
The Tag people just made the list.
She's cutting the promo already at 11 years old or 10 or whatever it is. Oh,
9.
9? Oh, Jesus. Yeah. She's not even double digits yet.
9.5. Get out of here.
No.
Oh, man. Another 10 years, she's going to be dating Jerry Lawler.
So we got 20 minutes left. Should we I think there was a couple social media questions and then a mailbox question, and then we got to quickly run through some predictions, no?
Oh, yeah. All right, so let's run through these questions easily, quickly. First of all, we had, No Holds Barred. They sent us a nice little tweet. Hello, I am No Holds Barred podcast, and I have only one question. Who wants to drink with us on Bourbon Street?
I wish.
Right, I know. Cat doesn't want to answer that one. We won't talk about it.
If I was there, I would totally do it.
The real question is, who do you think will win the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal and why? So that's part of a prediction. So good. We can knock one of those out. And we'll also, why don't you throw in who's going to win the Women's Battle Royal while we're in here?
Well, I'm going to say for the men, I think Matt Hardy.
I agree.
I was going to say I would have him delete the Andre the trophy.
Oh, no.
So he doesn't have to carry it.
Oh boy, I think
he had a moment with the trophy, which was hilarious.
He did have a moment with the trophy. Procure. Okay, so
I think with the help of Brother Nero, I think Matt Hardy wins the Andre Royal Rumble.
You don't think Bray's gonna come out and ruin his fun?
Could.
Possible.
If Bray doesn't even enter it himself, though, we don't have all the number of participants yet.
We don't
know. Bray Wyatt helps Matt Hardy win.
Hey-o.
Is that your premonition?
Now, what if Jeff Hardy comes back for the Battle Royal as a surprise, and Matt and Jeff are both in it, and Bray helps Matt eliminate Jeff?
Ooh.
Dun dun dun.
Dun dun dun.
Oh, listen. I hate to do this to everyone, but we have to switch a gear for a second. I totally forgot. I had something I wanted to throw at you all, and it was SmackDown based.
Okay.
Okay.
So the match is official. Daniel Bryan, Shane McMahon, Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn. If Sami and Kevin do not win the match, then they are still fired, and if they win, they get to stay.
Yes.
What if this is now where you officially get the Shane McMahon heel turn, and he was in cahoots with Kevin Owens and Sami this entire time, and he turns on Daniel Bryan, and that's how they win.
The only thing that that wouldn't explain is why Shane jumped off the top of the cell and nearly killed himself. And then when Sami
it didn't happen back then, though. It's only with what happened in the more recent months with the whole AJ Styles, Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens cahoots.
All right.
Yeah, well, I don't think about how many people got beat up by the NWO and then joined it later on.
True.
The Giant.
Yeah.
And also,
within a month.
You can use the Shane thing with the Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn thing to be like, also, they beat up my dad and whatever, and they've always had that battle back and forth between Shane and Vince also too.
I think one of them is going to turn on the other, and they're going to lose. That's my prediction.
They got to lose. I mean, they pretty much have to lose.
What if they're just going to send them to Raw?
Maybe they bring him back as El Generico and his slightly larger older brother. Come up with a name for Kevin Owens under a mask. I don't know. I don't want to say out of line about
Edge and
El Gordo?
You said it, not me.
No habla inglés, lo siento.
Could you imagine if they just came back as like luchadors under masks and pretended they didn't speak any English? And it's like, it's obviously you, but they're still just...
What's that kid show called that they watch? El Perro Rigato?
Yeah, but it's funny. El Generico's t-shirts are back on sale on Pro Wrestling Tees.
That's so funny.
So right after Sami got fired, the t-shirts, quote unquote fired, the t-shirts went back up on sale. Good for you. Get your money.
The new Lucha Dragons, didn't you know?
Yeah. So who wins the women's battle royal? I think it really boils down to two to me.
Well, who's in it?
It's going to be Sasha or Bayley,
right? Because nobody else has talked about it. So,
besides Sasha, Bayley, and Natalya, I don't even know anyone else who's in it.
Well, I'm sure it's the rest of the women because they got to find spots.
Yeah, I'd assume it's the rest of the women. I'm just bummed that we're not going to see Sasha Bayley one-on-one.
No, I think it should come down. Like, I feel like it should be the Sid Hulk Hogan finish, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be good.
I don't know.
But the winner ended up being Yokozuna.
Yeah, so the winner would be like not Dana Brooke, but you know what I mean. Like Becky would win because those two were fighting over who gets to win. I don't know, but that could be an interesting way to. Or you just do those two as the last two in the match and let them go.
And do any NXT women come up for it?
Sure.
I mean, look, we could
have that one from Sanity come out. Nikki Cross.
Nikki Cross.
She'll come out. I'm sure.
For all we know, they could have Ember lose the NXT Women's title and Takeover the night before, then hop over to Raw.
You think she's gonna drop it that close though? She only won it
I do though.
I
think she's getting called
she
up.
won it in November, right? Yeah.
Only because I don't think Shayna Baszler's gonna lose 2 in a row like that.
They're calling her. I have a feeling she's gonna be on the Raw after.
That would be because it would make sense for her to come up and challenge. I don't know, somebody.
Ronda?
Yeah. I mean, if she's a heel, I don't know, but it depends on which way they want to go with her. But I mean, like she could come up and challenge a title contender, not Asuka. Well, unless she wants to say, "Hey, Asuka, you never really beat me. I had my match scheduled and you broke a collarbone."
That'll come in time. I hope they wait for that.
Yeah, they don't need to do it right away, but it's definitely something they can do once she's called up. Yeah, I think.
Or maybe we see the iconic duo, and they both win it together.
That would be nice. I like the iconic duo. All right, what are the other questions?
Let's see.
So thank you, No Holds Barred Podcast, who also has they have a sign that they traveled 2,170 kilometers.
All right. Well, Medulla's we already covered. It was talking about doing the potentially doing the live podcast on Sunday.
He wanted to. He proposed that. So yeah, well, sure, we're on board with that.
And then we have the tweet from Dan Knightley. Are we going to see the Demon Balor this Sunday? You got to bring out the Demon for Mania, right?
100%, no doubt in my mind. Demon Balor's coming out at Mania.
It would be such a waste of the guy. It would be such a waste to not have the Demon come out.
But that pretty much then says that he's winning.
Good. It's a 3-way match.
Well, yeah, no, I don't
get pinned.
Right, he's not going to get pinned.
That's true.
Yeah, I think Bobby Roode takes it back.
Bobby Roode.
That's
right. No, I'm sorry, not Bobby Roode.
Seth Rollins.
Miz?
Yeah, I think Miz is keeping it.
Oh, okay, all right.
Because the thing is, they put so much stake into how long he's had it, and that he's going to break the record and this and that. I feel like they can't just not break the record at this point.
Now, was that Honky Tonk Man's record?
I was going to bring up Santino.
The Honkameter.
Breaking, I think, I don't know. I think it's Pedro's record of the most days, the
most combined. It's the most combined.
Combined. Okay.
He just won it back from Roman not too long ago, so he's going to have to hold it for another year before he breaks Honky Tonk's record.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Here we go. I'm pulling that up.
Excellent. So,
that just goes the length of what wrestling fans we are. We can all just pull up a different wrestler with numbers in our heads like that.
I wouldn't be against. I mean, look, if anyone deserves to break the Honky Tonk Man's record, I think The Miz deserves it. I mean, if Santino didn't do it,
I agree.
Yeah,
it's too bad that
Santino
closer. Didn't do it.
I don't care that he didn't do it. He should have got closer.
He should have got one day before.
Yeah, that whole thing with the Honky Tonk Man coming out and hit him with the guitar. That could have
fantastic. The Honky Tonk Man
when he actually came out. When Honky Tonk actually came out and kabonged him, they should have saved that for, like you said, a day before he was going to break the record.
What the heck is a kabonged?
El Kabong?
El Kabong.
The acoustic improviser?
The moment before the match.
Wasn't that on The Critic?
Roll up.
The Critic. Jesus. Now we're going way back. Google it, kids.
Oh, my God.
The Critic.
But there is a huge difference. 2 reigns versus 8.
Oh, Miz has 8.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just, it's the modern era. People don't carry titles for as long now, unless you're
they're going to do
Kazuchika Okada.
Recognized days currently is 594 for the Miz.
Is this Miz's 8th reign, you said?
Yes, 8.
I think what's going to happen is he's going to eventually get to 9, and then they're going to have him versus Jericho for the Intercontinental title for the 10th. Whoever gets to 10.
Yeah, that would be a hell of a thing. Any other questions here?
No, that was it because we had 2 questions plus we had Medulla's statement about asking us if we should do it on Sunday, and he actually called us his humble fan of the show. So thanks, Padula.
And we're gonna do 3 o'clock. We'll stay tuned to social media and we'll put it out there.
Yep.
So again, if you want your question read on the air and be entered into our monthly WrestleRumble.com pay-per-view pick'em contest, it's AskTheWarReport@gmail.com or hashtag AskTheWarReport on social media and tag our social media accounts at TagMeADate. That's all one word, tag me a date with no spaces. And you will be entered. And we will pick one question a month to receive a free WrestleRumble.com pick'em entry, which I guess for this month you can use it for NXT or for WrestleMania. Because they have two big pick'ems going on that weekend. So it should be interesting.
Very big pick'em.
What do you got?
Okay, so WrestleMania, we have our first prize is $1,000 cash and 50 MVP points to get to your first place to win the custom leather belt. Second to third place is $200 cash and 50 MVP points. Fourth to fifth place is $100 cash and 50 MVP points. And then sixth to 10th place will each get a 3-month subscription to High Sports Wrestling Network and your choice of any t-shirt from 80stees.com WrestleMania collection and 45 MVP points.
How do you not enter with those prizes?
Even forget about free entry. Go to Wrestle Rumble. It's $5, right? It's $5 to get one entry. 10, yep. Whatever. $10. You spend $10 on coffee. You'll spend $10 on McDonald's tomorrow, or $10 for the WWE Network. Whatever. $10 is not a lot to enter a pay-per-view pick'em contest, especially with $1,000 on the line. Imagine you spend $10 and you get back $1,000.
That would be crazy.
And it's realistic because you don't know. It's a pay-per-view pick'em. Maybe you've got the inside track. Maybe you know somebody who works inside and has the finishes. Maybe you're psychic. I don't know. There's a lot of options. But go to WrestleRumble.com and sign up. You got two big events, NXT and WrestleMania this weekend. Speaking of,
let's go bring home $1,000.
Could be, and a custom leather by Dan championship belt if you win the overall season, I guess. So let's see, Mania 34 card. All right, so we'll go through the. You got it?
I got it. If you need it,
excellent. I'm going to go on Wikipedia, see if it's available. Anyway, we'll go through it. We already got through the Battle Royals. What do you think about the pre-show Cruiserweight Championship match? Mustafa Ali versus Cedric Alexander.
Mustafa Ali.
I feel like they're gonna give it to Mustafa, but I really want Cedric to win. I really want Cedric to win.
I do too.
Cedric.
Because I think they could turn Cedric heel and Mustafa could chase him and win it at SummerSlam or something like that.
Don't worry, Amanda. We girls, we got this.
Let's see here. And why do they have Brock Lesnar? Oh, they're going the opposite direction. All right. What do we think?
I'd love if that was on the pre-show. Brock Lesnar, Roman Reigns. Yes. No,
that'd be great. Just get it out of the way.
Exactly.
Now, that's the thing. If it actually is the main event, that's bullshit because he didn't win the Royal Rumble. The Royal Rumble should be the Royal Rumble winner should be the main event, period.
Every time.
It's horseshit. So anyway.
That would be 2 WrestleManias that Roman Reigns was the main event in a row.
Oh, just shoot me now.
I'm lying. 3. Bullshit.
No, this is the 4th.
4. No, 4. Because remember, even though Seth Rollins won, he wasn't in the match until like 30 seconds to go.
We're trying to forget. It's just.
Oh, I know. It's PTSD.
So we'll leave it as 2. It's okay.
No, it's
Kraft. No, it's Kraft. Can't remember a fucking thing.
How many Indiana Jones movies are there?
After the Skull one, 4 or 5.
What do you mean Skull one? There was never any Skull one.
Not Skull, Crystal, whatever it's called.
No, that never happened. There was
okay, so then it's 3.
See, there we go. Exactly.
Raiders of the Lost Ark, Temple of Doom, and The Last Crusade.
There we go. The other one didn't happen.
Correct answer.
Which one? Yeah. So Daniel Bryan, Shane McMahon against Owens and Zayn. I feel like Owens and Zayn have to win, right?
Yep.
I think they're winning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Angle, Rousey, Triple H, Stephanie. That's pretty predictable. Ronda Rousey and Kurt Angle
with a double submission.
Right. Double submission, armbar, ankle lock. I think everybody has thought they were a genius when they realized that was going to be the finish, and you're like, nope. Everybody else came to that conclusion too.
So we also got a point for that.
Yes. Triple threat tag team match for the SmackDown tag titles.
Who's the Bludgeons are taking it?
New Day Bludgeon Brothers.
Are the Bludgeon Brothers actually in it?
Yes.
Yeah.
They're taking the titles.
I feel like if they want to put some new blood into that division, they should.
I could see either New Day or Usos since it's Mania.
Yeah, but
if it was a normal pay-per-view, I'd say Bludgeon Brothers right out the gate. But
yeah, I don't think the Bludgeon Brothers are ready for a Mania win.
Yeah, but that might be just, you know what?
I don't know why you put them. I don't know if Zack Ryder ready for his Intercontinental title run for one day.
Right. So there you go. I mean,
more for a surprise and.
So would the Bludgeon Brothers be?
But Zack Ryder's a fit.
Yeah, no, I get what you mean.
I'm trying to put it
Zack Ryder was like an underdog character that people were rooting for, and
I think depends on who gets their ass kicked the most tonight is who's winning on Sunday.
There you go. I think the Bludgeon Brothers would be great if they can put on one of those performances that
they're great
because they were good workers. I feel like they should if they put on a spectacle at WrestleMania, that would make them as a team.
They tore it up with the Usos in 2014.
Yeah, I mean they were always really solid.
Well, look on the bright side. It's WrestleMania, so maybe the hammers will actually not look like tinfoil.
That'd be great. You know what else would be great is if they just replaced the Bludgeon Brothers with Warbeard and Raymond Rowe and just didn't say anything.
That'd be fucking sick.
They just still called them the Bludgeon Brothers. They still carried the hammers. They just didn't acknowledge. And then next week it's Heavy Machinery.
Wink like the Bludgeon Brothers.
Every week they could just do another tag team as the Bludgeon Brothers and just don't mention it.
Or what if they reunited with Bray, but all of them under the Broken Army?
Oh God, the Broken Brothers.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Eric,
that was really good.
Mower of lawns.
The chair of wheels. That was fucking great. Speaking of tag teams, Shizaro, The Bar against Braun Strowman, and we don't know who.
Braun Strowman.
It's going to Braun.
It's got to be
Braun and company.
Yeah, Braun and Co. I so hope it's James Ellsworth. Come on, man, he deserves it.
What's the name of that toilet paper towel brand? Brawny.
What if whoever Braun teams up with loses the match and they have the Mania moment of Braun just destroying everything?
Yeah, I mean that's very possible that the person.
At that point, it would have to be Ellsworth.
Like I could see, but I just think it's going to be it's going to sound like if Big Cass comes out, the air will be let out of the fucking building in like the way that you slowly let out a balloon at the end of a party.
I think it's Big Show.
Kind of like a womp womp moment.
Yeah, there's just gonna be a sad trombone instead of his terrible entrance.
It's Big Show.
And nothing against Big Cass, I just don't think that's the spot for him.
Hey, maybe Hornswoggle signed a contract independently and we don't know it yet, and he gets it's Braun Strowman and Hornswoggle.
Honestly, a better spot for Cass would probably be the Andre Battle Royal. Or something like that.
Yeah, come out and win that in a surprise. Yeah, that could work.
What if they play Goldberg's music and the whole place goes nuts and then it's Gilbert?
I'd love that.
That would be sick.
Charlotte Flair, Asuka.
Asuka.
Yeah, it's got to be Asuka.
Yeah.
Alexa, Naya's got to win, right?
Naya by far.
4-way for the U.S. title: Orton, Bobby Roode, Jinder Mahal, and Rusev. Come on, give it to Rusev.
Rusev's in it. I'm going to say Rusev.
It has to be Rusev.
God, if Jinder Mahal wins, I will quit.
I was going to choose Jinder before Rusev was added, but once they added Rusev, I'm like, oh, it's got to be Rusev.
You got to go with Rusev on that. There's no way.
It's
on Rusev Day of all days.
On Rusev Day.
It would be a sin.
It would be. IC title, Miz, Rollins, Finn.
Miz.
I got Miz retaining.
If it's Demon Finn, then Demon Finn. If not,
Finn needs his WrestleMania moment. I think he missed it. He would have had one if he didn't have to have that shoulder surgery. And that was pretty much Seth Rollins' fault. So I feel like he should get it back in this match.
They're both in this match then.
Right. I think he should get it back. I think if Miz is going to take time off to be with his kid, it would be a great way to set up a singles feud between Seth Rollins and Finn Balor.
Yeah. Yeah.
What if you have Seth Rollins hit the what are we calling it? The curb stomp?
Curb stomp?
Yes, I wanted to call it the curb stomp. What if he hits that? Balor pushes him out the ring, gets the pin.
Balor does that little drop kick, shotgun drop kick thing, and kicks him out of the ring, and then pins him, and then I could see that. I could see some
continuing the feud without.
Yeah, because that's the thing. I feel like if Miz is going out, he's got to take the pin. If he's not, then then I think it's probably. I don't know who could take I don't know, between Rollins and Finn. I don't know who could take that loss better. Maybe Rollins.
I think
Rollins gets rolled up or something like that real quick and shocked out of nowhere. That could work.
He sells the face well, like the surprise, like oh my god.
So that could work. Either way, with either of the guys rolling him up. But if they're keeping the belt on Miz, then that would be a way to do it. Styles Nakamura for the WWE Championship.
Nakamura.
Nakamura,
but I wouldn't be upset if AJ won.
Correct. I'm with you on that too.
I feel like if they're really gonna try and AJ Styles is so over, it doesn't matter. I mean, the guy was in a fucking turkey suit in TNA, and he was still over. So like he can do he can take this loss and come back and bounce back.
Oh yeah,
absolutely.
And I think Shinsuke would be an even bigger star for winning it and being a guy that was an IWGP champion and WWE champion. And I don't know. I like him. I wish they would do
first Japanese WWE champion.
Yeah, and they need to treat him. Honestly, we stop with the yellow Chinese letters on his fucking Titantron. Can we just make him?
Just have him be the king of strong style instead of the artist.
It feels like
stop calling him these stupid nicknames.
It's almost like it's trying to get him to like next week he's just gonna go me Chinese, me play joke, me put pee in your Coke or something like I don't know why he's just so stereotypically Asian right now. It's like give him something a little bit different, man. Oh, he's an artist. He like to draw. He like to dance. It's like God damn, Hirohito, calm down.
And I just want to point out something with his promos. Because a lot of people are like, "Oh, well, you can't cut a promo because you can't understand." I'm like, first of all, fuck you, and second, you can as long as he doesn't have the stupid mouthpiece in his mouth, he speaks fine.
Well, I wouldn't say he speaks fine, but
better.
It's understandable, is what I'm saying.
It's understandable.
But when you speak with the fucking mouthpiece in, it's even worse, and no one understands you.
Right?
You sound like Jack Swagger when you do that.
Well, unfortunately, Jack Swagger sounded like Jack Swagger no matter what.
I like Jack Swagger. When you meet him in person, because everybody on TV is so fucking big, you don't understand how big Jack Swagger is as a person.
Oh, yeah.
He's a humongous human being. And I understand why he's trying to go into MMA. Because I think he could do well. He is a big hoss.
Absolutely.
And I think they did him dirty because he had a speech impediment. It was like Dusty Rhodes syndrome. Vince wanted to make him a comedy character. Oh, he talks funny. Haha, get it? He's got a lisp.
Yeah, but see, Jack doesn't have the charisma that Dusty did.
Yeah, exactly. It didn't matter what Dusty did.
But he wrestled like a motherfucker. He could have just they really needed to just have him say "We the People" and stick Zeb out there or stick somebody out there and talk for him.
Oh yeah,
because he was a good enough wrestler. I think he was a really good wrestler. He just the character work wasn't there.
Are we missing any other match?
Yeah, the last one, Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns. The one nobody wants to talk about.
It's easy to forget that shit.
Yeah, I think it would be a great swerve if Brock won the match.
Oh, I would love it.
It would be such a fucking swerve.
It would, but then I feel like they end up doing it yet another time. So I just let's get it over with. Roman wins.
I got nothing to say about that match, so I don't care.
I just don't want it to be last.
Yeah, it should not be.
It shouldn't be last. It's so bad.
That's my official bathroom break.
It would be like, we're sorry, we had to get this out of the way. Boom, boom, and we'll move on.
Oh, they would never be that forthcoming. If they were ever that would be such a breath of fresh air.
If Brock Roman opened, holy shit, I'd be like ecstatic.
Vince comes out, listen, guys, we're not stupid. We want this to happen. You don't. Just give us like 20 minutes, and we'll let you have the rest of your night. That funny Japanese guy's gonna come out. He's got slanty eyes.
Asuka's gonna win. Shinsuke's gonna win. Please don't.
It's a banner year for Japan, man.
I was just gonna say, which Japanese person are you talking about? But never mind. I'm sorry. The only thing I got going through my head right now is me so horny. Me love you long time.
Right. She drives away on a moped. That's Asuka's entrance. She drives in on a moped saying, "Me love you wrong time. You like a $5." That's awful. I apologize to every Asian person ever. Please know I was kidding.
Present, future.
As you're laughing hysterically. I'm sorry.
I mean, listen, it's funny because it's inappropriate, but I acknowledge that it's inappropriate. And
we'll have next week we'll open with a Vince BP apology.
I know we're gonna have I'm gonna have protesters outside my shitty little condo. Leave me alone.
Next time when we want to do that joke, we'll make sure Charlie comes on and gives it. That way we can't get in trouble.
We need to bring back the Opie and Anthony racism bell anytime so we just ding it, ding ding ding. So that's it. That's all the matches. 3 pre-show, the 2 battle royals and the cruiserweights, and then we had everything else. Holy Jesus!
One more prediction. What's going to happen with Cena and Taker?
Oh yeah. I don't think they can shoehorn a match, and I think it's just going to be some kind of brawl or choke slam and roll your eyes back, and I don't know. It
might end up being something during the Hall of Fame and introductions when Kid Rock's out there too.
Oh yeah, you know what? I mean,
that's another thing.
There's a lot of possibilities, man. I can't. I don't disagree with what I said a few weeks ago that they can't not deliver, but at the same time, they can have different perceptions of what delivering is.
Do we have any musical acts lined up for this week? By the way, or
please don't even say.
They didn't announce any.
Yeah,
thank God. Well, we do have Lillian Garcia announcing the Women's Battle Royal.
Yeah, but as long as there's those musical acts are rotten most of the time. Living Color was okay in New York.
Cough, Kid Rock, cough.
Yeah. Well, Kid Rock had to announce during that, he had to sing during that Women's Battle Royal entrance, the Miss WrestleMania one.
That was the worst Mania.
And that was okay. Come on. Hold on. We're having another. They're saying it's the first battle. Oh, man. We already had a Battle Royal for women, guys. Come on. It was the Miss WrestleMania one. Think.
Santina.
And Santina won it. Maybe that's why I don't want to mention it. But
it's a good reason.
Yeah, we will have lots more to talk about on Sunday, 3 p.m. Eastern time. Eastern time, right? Because I'm going to be an hour different from you guys. All right, so 3 p.m. Eastern time. Somebody just remind me. And we will be right back here on YouTube, the Tag Me a Date YouTube channel. You can go to youtube.com, tag me a date, no spaces, squish it all together, and you'll see our channel. And subscribe and hit the bell so you're notified when we go live or when we upload a video. We usually go live Tuesdays, 7 p.m. on Eastern time. However, we are going to do a special Sunday episode for WrestleMania pre-show at 3 p.m. Eastern. So tune in there. Tag me a date.
Submit your questions.
Yes, we are going to be taking questions. So AskTheWarReport at gmail.com or hashtag AskTheWarReport and tag me a date. That's at tag me a date. Once again, no spaces, no underscores, nothing. It's just tag me a date, all one word. On social media. The actual Tag Me a Date site is being worked on by our fine friends overseas. And if all goes well, it will be back up for WrestleMania. Otherwise, keep posted to social media. We will give you updates as we get them. We're going to have the iPhone and the Android apps forthcoming as well. Basically, what happened is you guys visited the site so much that you crashed it. So yeah, I can't even be like I'm mad, but I can't even be mad because that means you guys like the site and you're visiting and you're using it. So something works. But we're working on making sure that the back end is more stable to accommodate all of the new users and all of the people who are trying to use the site. I think we didn't anticipate the reach that we'd get, which is a positive. It's a positive that we have a good reach.
Same issue.
Who is that? Yeah, I mean it's a right. Hooli, Pied Piper from Silicon Valley. They had the same kind of issue. So we're gonna get it back up and running and make sure the back end is more stable to accommodate these new users. So you can get back on and sign up for free at tagmeadate.com. Like I said, stick to the Tag Me a Date social media. We'll let you know when the site's back up and running, and we'll let you know when those iPhone and Android apps launch. And just stay tuned, guys. We'll be back on Sunday, 3 p.m. for our WrestleMania pre-show. And, yeah, we'll see you then. Thanks for tuning in.